Hi everyone, this is Dan from HeadMania. And because the year of 2025 is already coming to an end, and also because we have the Christmas holidays coming up, I was thinking of doing a highlights of this year. So I would say that I done some reviews this year, not a lot. I would have loved to do more, but I didn't have time. So at least have this highlights of the year. And I would say that besides the things that I actually listened to and I actually not listened to reviewed here, I did listen to a lot more. And actually, some of them after testing, I reached my home. So they are in my house today. I'm using them and I love them a lot. So this is why I mentioned that besides the reviews, I want to do some highlights of what I'm using day to day or quite often, and basically I enjoy a lot. Highlights of 2025, my discoveries so far. So I will start with something that actually is a long overdue review. It's about a power conditioner. It's Tsakiridis devices. It's called Super Athena. The fact is that one friend of mine actually introduced me to this. I have an interesting situation in my audio room, my office, where a lot of the times I have some power outages in the neighborhood actually because they build a lot in this area and basically they did not upscale the energy, the electrical infrastructure. So basically, to protect my system, and not only that, to decouple it from the rest, I chose to go with an easier way of adding very good UPS into the system, and I have it for years, right? It's an Enjoy Atom 3000 Pro. It is offering around 5% THD, which is quite okay compared to what you usually get from the electrical network. But also it has the batteries, right? So it's a double conversion, it's a pure sine, and it's very good. I know that some audiophiles will say it's not. I mean, in my experience, it was a very good experience compared to what I was receiving from the electrical grid. It's also I can sleep very relaxed when I know there are some outages out there that last a few minutes basically, but they can screw up the system. So not with that, right? So that alone is a good thing. So in this situation, I got that, and it's already offered good dynamics and better quality that I had from the directly from the electrical system. In my case, because it would be different from your from the location to location, and I wanted a bit more in terms of refinement holography, and this is exactly what it offered me. So Tsakiridis devices, basically it's offered by someone from e-audio, some very cool guys, passionate guys in Romania, eaudio.ro. And I was actually impressed. The first time I saw this device, I thought I added a zero because it looked very serious. I added a zero by mistake in my head because whenever I see this type of device, usually in audiophile world, it's very expensive. It is not the case, but it basically has many levels of filtering, and in usually I'm quite skeptical about conditioners because it takes away dynamics, but this did not. So it has actually a power choke of 4,000 watts, right? Besides that, that power choke alone offers the energy that the system needs. So it reserves, it keeps up some energy and gives it to the system whenever it needs. And basically, besides that, we also have a 800 watts isolation transformer, and then after you have filtering stage, another filtering stage with power capacity power banks, right? So basically, the good thing is that you can choose whatever you want from this. You can choose only the power choke, you can choose only the filtering of the capacitors, you can actually choose only the isolation transformer. So that the last one is basically wherever you put the socket. But I can say that it gave me exactly what I wanted. It gave me the last level of refinement and holography and naturality to the sound. So and for the price, I think it's amazing. And I also thank the guys from the the e-audio and Tsakiridis devices for offering such a great product of in this audiophile world. at such a good, decent price. And it's, when I say it's a series, it has 35 kilograms. So it was not easy to find a place for it and then to carry it around. Luckily, I've done some exercises with my maces and the kettlebells and the iron clubs. So I was quite fit when I did it. That even if it's, I mean, if even if it's hard, I mean, very weight. I feel, if you look at me, you feel like I'm fat, but I do have some muscles underneath. So let's just say it's a very big boy. It's not a toy, right? So take that into consideration, but it's a very good product. Let's go to the next one. Another thing on my list is the Bauer& Wilkins PX8S2, which I actually reviewed recently. I would say that for the moment, I think it's the best sound that I found in wireless noise canceling headphones. And I'm not think, I know, right? So I love the speed, I like the dynamics, I love, but actually, go and see my review. I wrote a lot about them. So I love those headphones. I feel that you have the best sound quality in noise cancelling headphones with this. They also look amazing. It's amazing build quality, and the 40 millimeter carbon drivers are and the APTS lossless are quite nice. And in combination with the P8, which is kind of the smaller version, I use it with my traveling and with work, depending on how much I want to carry. So the P8 offers a lot of that quality in a much smaller package, right? So it still has the DNA, so that's why I like it. So if you like the DNA of the PX8 S2, you can also enjoy the P8 with the cave heat that it's a bit more bright and it's but you can reduce some of that with the EQ, but not all of it. I would say that it still offers a DNA that's amazing, 12 millimeters still, the carbon driver, and it also have that feature that you can basically transform the case into the portable DAC, because you can transmits the better quality to the headphones aptX lossless the headphones themselves, because a lot of the phones don't have the codecs. And let me tell you, that's a very important thing, and you should buy like something from a FIO BT11 or Quistyle, that will change the quality of your wireless headphones, because there's a difference. I can tell you, I've tested a lot and I heard the differences. So, and there's a lot of hype with the new Sennheisers, the 630s, that basically, some of the hype I think is because they have that dongle. Most of the people don't listen with that dongle. I've heard the headphones; they're good. I'm gonna review them hopefully soon. But some of the hype, I'm pretty sure, is that they come with a dongle, right? You can buy the dongle separately and enhance whatever you have right now, right? So take that into consideration. Um, let's um, uh, let's go on another device that I enjoyed a lot. I would say that I recently found something interesting, but besides that, this year I got the Dan Clark Stealth closed headphones, and I enjoyed them a lot. I mean, they're not the most energetic headphones out there, but they do have weight in the bass. They sound natural, very natural. They have very good details. They're holographic, and basically they offer a very good closed experience and very clean sound, right? And I've used it with music. I use them with movies and games a lot of times, because sometimes I do have two headphones, closed headphones, that help me in gaming sometimes, because I need the quiet part in the evening and the night actually. So I use Lyric 2 from Meze and the DCA Stealth. So I really enjoyed them. And if you tune them a bit, you can really get a wonderful sound, especially if you do some EQing, or if you add some Dolby Atmos effects in Windows, because you can buy that. It's simple. Um, so really, I really enjoy them, and of course, from my main system, which, if you have read my reviews, are built around Rogna Wave Signature Reference DAC, but also the amplifier. It's Holo Audio Bliss KTE, which sounds quite well. Remember the fact that DCS Stealth requires some power, right? So it's not so easy to drive. So you want to get the most out of it, you have to have a good amplifier and a good system, because they will scale. Another thing that I wanted to add here, because it was a really big surprise, is the Hibi R8 II. It's an amazing DAP. I recently got it from my friend Sound New from Sound News. It surprised me on how serious this DAP sounds. I mean, it's detailed, energetic, still natural, and endlessly tweakable. You can get the sound that you like from most headphones out there, right? I'm not gonna say all of them, but most of them, right? It's let's focus the first part, which is basically they're built around the Darwin MPA architecture. It's discrete current mode DAC approach, plus the Class A or Class AB switching. You can choose from that. It has a turbo power there. It has also for balanced output for the headphones, and also for the line out. Basically, you have line out, it's balanced. They offer balanced line out in a DAP. So it has many more features. This will need a separate review. It's a very amazing product. It has 710 milliwatts at 32 ohm. What I tested it with some headphones, including the Meze Alba. And Meze Alba is an amazing headphone. It still is. I mean, it's stupidly good for the price. And I would say, if you get, again, I'm sticking with what I said in the review. If you get them for yourself, get them for your family. They're so good, and they do sound very well with the dongle included in the package, right? So you don't need a separate DAC. You just insert it in your phone, and that's it. You don't have any problems with the codecs and everything. It sounds amazing like that. But they were scaled with this DAP, and they scaled amazingly with the Hibi R8 II. It's actually, I was like listening for hours from this combo, and I was like, wow, how can I get this quality from such a small device, including the headphones and this DAC, which of course is not. I mean, I found something even smaller that sounds great, but still, it's amazing, right? It's so you get so much quality for so such small package, right? So they sound amazing. It sounds amazing with the Meze Alba, but the surprise here is that this Hibi R8 II, it sounded like really good DCA stuff. And I told you, it's endlessly tweakable. You can insert your PEQs, you can do whatever you want there, you can have your equalizer, it has other plugins that you can modify the sounds with, and it also have the MSEB settings that you can tune the sound even easier based on some of the preferences that you have. And I can tell you, I basically tweaked a bit there and get some bass and some textures and some vocal something there, and it's wow. I listened to Stealth for hours on that, and it sounds so detailed, so natural, so even some energy came back in Stealth, and it became a fun headphone, right? So it basically had everything I wanted. So amazing experience. I can tell you that. Let's get to the another product that I enjoyed a lot, but let's stick to the next one. I'm gonna mention the Clean Ear Protocol Max. This was also a surprise for me. It was referenced by a friend. I did find some other dongles. I actually own a dongle from Cain. I think it's R8. I'm gonna have to look at it. It is good than dongle. But this is something that it really surprised me. I listened to the Meze Alba again. It's okay. It's not quite the same on level with the R8 from Hibi, but still it offers quite a lot that sound quality in a like it's dongle, man. It's like this. It's like part of your finger. It's is end of a cable or something like that. How do you want to call it? So I would say that to get so much quality because it sounds natural. It sounds quite natural. It sounds detailed. It sounds energetic. You get punch. You get the decent sound stage. Not the best. That's not the let's say the the thing that it excels at. But still, it's also, by the way, it has 10 band PEQ, so you basically can get the sound that you want from that as well. So, by the way, it is Delta Sigma, but the series DACs that they use there and dual DACs there, it's also offers, by the way, it offers the 4.4 balanced in such a small device, and I didn't even manage to test the balanced output. I'm still waiting for the balanced head cable for my Meze Alba. I still have to test it more, and I will probably do a review separately on it. But it was really good, and I would say that it didn't have the Delta Sigma glare, and it sounded amazingly detailed and engaging and fun. So what can I say there? This is a surprise. One of the best programs that I found. So basically, if you have Meze Alba and this thing, you can get amazing sound quality. I mean, really, really good in such a small package and such a small price. This is amazing. I'm still blown away how much the tech has grown in the last 2 decades, the last decade. So there you have it. And by the way, it has 600 milliwatts in 16 ohms. That's quite something for such a small dongle, powered by the USB. By the way, so it's yeah, the clarity, everything you want. Ah, and by the way, I forgot to mention the Hibi R82. One thing that I like about it is that they are not using the DAC chips from the market. They have done their own implementation there with the Darwin MPA architecture. I did mention that, but the fact that they are not using the DAC chips at this price, I would say it's a big plus from my perspective and from what I've seen. There are a few that I still enjoy. For example, the series from Cleanier, but sometimes some DACs keep the signatures that provided from the chip. So that might be some the Delta Sigma glare and stuff like something like that that are still present in the Saber, for example, the Saber DAC chips. But that's something I wanted to mention. Um, so this is it on the small things. But now I'm gonna mention Meze Rig 2, which is I own for a while now. This starting from this year, and I would say that Meze has done a good job with the second version of Lyric. It basically uses the improved version of the Rinaro driver. And what I love about it, it's like fun, musical, addictive, and it scales nicely. I'm using it on my main system most of the time. I actually use it with the dongle, with the Cayenne dongle, but still have to test it with the Protocol Max, and I'm guessing it will sound quite well, especially if I put some PQ on it, PAQ on it. But it sounds fun, engaging, natural, right? There's some glare on the upper treble, I would say, but nothing that I can leave that can actually annoy me too much. I do recognize that I use it a lot besides music, which I do use it for. I also use it a lot with games, right, and movies. It really brings up the fun in all of that. With all of the big explosions and the punches and everything, it sounds, the vocals are close to you and stuff like that. It's basically engaging. It's fun, right? It's interesting because I noticed that the mastering of the sound in each game or movie, sometimes I prefer the DCA stuff, right? And sometimes I prefer Lyric 2 more in terms of how the mastering for the game has been done. Um, and um, I definitely enjoy these headphones, and I admit that I use them sometimes with the Dolby Atmos presets in Windows because it gives you the extra thump and the extra vocals for games and movies. But still, I really enjoy the headphones. They're very well built. They are fun, engaging. So thumbs up, Meze, for this one as well. I'm looking forward to see whatever you're gonna release next year. I'm having my eyes on you, Meze. I- I'm really looking forward to that. And some another thing that I wanted to mention besides this is the Sennheiser Ambeo Max. The phone actually sits on a DJI, but the DJI basically the DJI stick sits on a Sennheiser Ambeo Max. This I use this to enhance my movie watching experience in the living room. This is the living room where I'm sitting right here, and I'm recently bought a bigger TV, and I needed a big better sound. I had the focal dimension. At that point in time, um, I wanted an all-in-one sound bar. Didn't want anything else in the room, and that's why I chose this one. And it is a really good experience. It really managed to put me inside the atmosphere of the actual movie. And I recently watched because of the TV as well. It's a G5. I rewatched the Lord of the Rings, um, all of the series, extended version, including The Hobbit, and basically and other movies series and stuff like that, like Tulsa King and stuff like that. So it's really puts you into that atmosphere. It is engaging. When the rumble is there, it's a powerful experience. Does have some surround. Sometimes I had the impression that things were coming from that part. This is quite an experience compared to considering that it's only one bar. So they have done a great job there. I would say that the application itself is quite fine, and this is not an easy room. I can tell you that this is not an easy room by any means. It has a lot of rigids in behind the image and on the sides, um, and I would say that I tested some speakers here in the past, and it's hard for getting it sounding right. But this comes with an actual microphone, a big one that I use to for the application to measure the room and do the appropriate room corrections. And it did an amazing job with that. I would say that it sounds quite well, and not quite. It sounds amazingly well for this room. I think it's very hard to get this room sound because on the left of this I have an L. So this room is an L. I have a separate part of the room like with a dining part with a table right there. So that's it goes like this. So that's a hard room. And I would say I try to do some things here to help the sound, but it's still I have to do some things with the wall in the back. But still, it offers a great experience. So yes, I recommend this soundbar, especially for someone that only wants the soundbar and that's it. It also helps with the vocals, with the application that you can go inside and choose the vocal range to be the vocals to be more present. And I would say that it does a really good job at that. It offers good dynamics in general. I would say that only thing that I would like a bit more is a bit better dynamics at lower volumes, right? I'm lucky enough, so apparently, and this is why I'm gonna bring you to the next part. But while listening to this Sennheiser Ambero Max in the last few months, I noticed that at 1 p.m., 1 a.m. in the night, I was listening to movies at a very high volume, right? So I was looking at my phone on WhatsApp. I was waiting for my wife to say something like, you know, what the hell are you doing? Kids are sleeping. Lower it down." Nothing happened. I do have a very good door in between, but I did not expect it to work that well, right? So I noticed that okay, I can play pretty volume pretty up there, right? So okay, um, I started to enjoy myself a lot more, and then I realized that I can put some speakers here, and on the sides right now I have some things that some speakers that I'm testing right now, and this is a preview what I'm mentioning here. I still have to test them more, but I'm testing and I have them for 2 days now, and I already love them. They the Sennheiser is for the money and for the space that it needs. It's really good, right? I recommend this to the Ambeo Max to everyone. It's a really good product. But this brought me to this speakers, Piega Premium Gen 2, right? I've been waiting to listen to them for a while now. And here we are. These are the Premium 5.1 Gen 2. There are the smaller version from the line. I started to test. I'm just testing them for a moment. I really enjoy them. They have some basic room correction where you need an iPhone. It doesn't work on Android, but still, it's working quite nice up to 500 hertz, I believe. It records the room and does some things there, and it's quite good. I used it for the speakers for the TV as well. It's had with Piera Connect Plus. It has eARC, so basically you can go in the application. It was really easy to install. It was like I plugged in the speakers, I plugged in Connect, I just entered the application. They were already on the same group. They connected to each other. I didn't have to do anything. They added themselves on the. I went into Google Home. It was like okay, everything was done. Right. I just have to click 3 times. I did the room connection. Really good experience there. Uh, you have some EQ on the side, and you can also do some things with the vocals for the TV itself. So bring up the vocals, and if it's night, you can reduce the dynamic range. So basically, it has a lot of options, and it sounds quite well at lower volumes. This is what I wanted to actually get to. It still sounds fun at higher volumes, but it sounds very good at lower volumes as well. So offers a lot of details, offers a big sound stage. It's really punching, engaging stuff, and I really love the speakers. But I'm really looking forward to listen to the bigger brothers, the 701 Gen 2, Wider Gen 2, and I recently managed to listen to the Piega Premium 801, which is the latest addition to their series. And by the way, I don't think most people might not be familiar with the Piega brand. The Piega brand is a speaker brand that I love since more than a decade. I've discovered it at the Audio Concept of Jack. They are really beautiful speakers made of entirely by aluminum. They have like really good ribbons in the tweeter departments. In the higher series, they have the coaxial driver, which is really good. The bass is very well integrated in a cabinet that is made entirely out of aluminum. It's like really well looking blocks of aluminum. I really enjoy that. But what I love about them is the energy that they provide, the details, the spaciousness of that sound, and also the control on the bass, the punch on the bass, and the size. Because in this size that you have seen, you can see in the speakers, they sound bigger than many other speakers of their size. They somehow, because of the cabinet and the bass, it offers a lot. And the 801 is the first speaker I've ever seen or know of where they have the ribbon, the tweeter, made out of ribbon horn. So basically, it's a horn with a ribbon. Okay, I listened to them recently and I was really impressed. The bass was like, what the hell, man? It's like really well controlled, really strong, really fun. Whatever you wanted from that, it's happening. And what I liked about the Twitter was something special. Some people don't like the signature of the ribbon, the ribbon Twitter or the coaxial It's basically, sometimes it might sound a bit more hard depending on the sound system that you're using in. So basically, some will prefer something a bit more mellow, like in the treble department. I really love it, but I understand why some people would prefer something else. But what I liked about the what they did now with a horn made with ribbon is the fact that it really combined the strength of the ribbon tweeters that they have now with adding more refinement on and detail on top of that. It sounds more natural, right? And that's kind of really some, I mean, I really really enjoyed that, and I was listening to this for the first time there. I was listening to it was some very, the entry level from Arkham. I think it was like a $1,000 amplifier, and then it sounded really good from that alone. And I'm really looking forward to listening to them on a SA 45, which also have the rack, so it can measure the room and fix the things that you have in the room with the sound. So basically, I'm really looking forward to test that as well. So I think I hope I didn't forget anything. Let me triple check. Uh, so we talked as a small recap. We This year was an amazing year in terms of testing and the things that I am enjoying after I found them. So basically, I was talking about Lyric 2 and from Meze, which I enjoy a lot. I was talking about Dan Clark Audio Stealth, the wonderful closed headphones, one of the best I've ever heard. The Hibi R8 2 actually, it's an amazing DAB, really good for. I mean, it sounded so good. It sounded like almost like a huge. I mean, a very good entire big system, right? And you can do whatever. It's so tweakable, and it sounds so well, so transparent, so detailed. So I mean, it's a full package right there in a very small package, right? And the DCA stealth sounded amazing on that. And DCA head stealth is not an easy headphone to drive and get it to sound right. So that's it. From a small package perspective, and not only that, Green Year Protocol Max is like an amazing product, right? Definitely one of the best I've ever heard. It's one of the biggest surprise in the recent years in terms of how much sound quality you can get these days from a such small and cheap actually price, because you can couple it with Meze Alba and you're having a high end sound in your ears already. I'm not kidding, right? And I also mentioned that Tsakiridis devices Super Athena, a really well built power conditioner. And besides that, I have mentioned the powers and Wilkins PX8S2 in combination with PI8 in ears. Really good noise canceling headphones. I almost forgot to say something and to mention a very important product in my life. I actually had an impression I got it last year, so this is why I didn't mention it. So I'm editing and adding this in the video. I cannot believe I forgot it. It's the Rogna Wave Dream Reference Signature. This is the best DAC that I've listened to so far. I'm privileged to own it. I enjoyed it almost every day, and I'm still, after many months. I got it in March, right? Actually, I think I got it in January or February or something like that. It's or maybe last year, but I published the review this year in March. I'm still amazed by it day by day. I still enjoy it so much, and it still amazes me with how real it can sound, how well it can sound. It's beyond the usual discussions on technicalities. It just sounds the most real I've ever heard a DAC in my life in its it has everything. It has musicality, it has transparent, everything, right? It's also really nice because it has the streamer incorporated. I don't have to open my computer if I want to use it with the headphones or the speakers. Um, and sound quality is amazing. So yeah, really think they have outdone. Rona has outdone themselves with this. It's not a cheap program product, but it's the best that I've ever heard, or one of the best, if not. So I really think that I'm going to mention this again. Thank you, Nuku. Thank you, Rogna, for releasing such great products, right? And this is a product and a company that makes me feel proud to be a Romanian. So this is the type of product that it is, right? Just wanted to make sure this makes the list because it's an amazing product. I think this is it. Just wanted to go through this the end of the year. I want to wish everyone a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And if you are enjoying this channel, please subscribe, like this video, because it motivates me a lot to do more material after I listen, because I'm really passionate about this. In terms, I do listen to a lot of stuff and I test a lot of stuff. Sometimes I test it, I don't have time to write about it, but when I see some engagement there, I'm motivated to share more. So I really hope you guys had a wonderful year, and I hope you will have wonderful holidays and a wonderful 2026. So see you in the next review, and bye.